Hey guys, yeah, just for both of you, both coming in as transfers, how have things been? Is it kind of what you expected? Just Fayetteville, practice, coaches, the environment, all that stuff, just for both of you.
Uh, Me personally, I feel like, coming in, I feel like it was gonna be challenging. Like my first day of lifts, I was like, I gotta do this for 3 months. I don't know, but I got used to it. Everybody brought me in as family. Isaac, the receivers, the coaches, the defense. Snacks. I was in Dallas. From me and him from Dallas, so me and him know each other. I've been knowing him for a long time. Jadon Wilson. We went to high school together. Like, so me coming here, I was more comfortable than I was, if I had to go to another school or anything like that. But I'm very glad I came here.
How's it?
Sure, I'd say it's a lot different than where I was at before, up in Michigan. Here down in Fayetteville, it's a little different. But I mean, I feel like I've had so many people reach out to me and, let me know that they're happy I'm here. And and even my teammates, especially, welcoming me in, and the coaches, everyone's just super welcoming. And it's challenging, but, we're all working for one goal. We want to go win some games. So that's what we're going to go do.
You guys both produced 1,000+ yard seasons last year, one AA, Division II. Do you feel like you have something to prove here? And why do you think that you might have been overlooked when you were coming out of high school?
Well, I feel I don't feel like I was overlooked. I feel like, I just had to develop. I wasn't as fast coming out of high school. I really didn't play like varsity football until my senior year of high school. So, I had to go through there. I had a lot of, D2 offers. So ended up going to commerce. And, from there, I just worked. Like 4 years, three whole years, I really didn't really play. And that fourth year, which was last year, I zoned in, locked in, and what happened, what happened.
Isaac?
Yeah, I'd say a lot of the same thing. I mean, I felt like I wasn't overlooked. I don't blame coaches for not recruiting me out of high school. I mean, I was a quarterback. Then I didn't have any film at receiver. Small school, we ran the wing tee. I played quarterback. I mean, I don't blame them for not seeing the receiver potential in me. But I knew that I had potential. I knew if I put the work in, I was going to be able to produce some numbers. And then obviously, I balled out the last couple of years, and luckily, the guys here they noticed that I was a playmaker, and that's what I'm here to do now.
Thanks, guys.
Tom.
Andrew, what's the biggest challenge for you been so far during spring ball?
The biggest challenge is just, it's a big playbook. That's my main thing I'm trying to lock into, the playbook. I'm starting to really, zone in on it. I've been at home every day for at least like 45 to an hour, looking at it every day, my playbook, going over the signals, going over, what I'm supposed to do on this one besides the other one. So that's really the main thing is the playbook. And once I get the playbook down, I feel more comfortable. And yeah.
Okay, Isaac, for you, what are the different challenges from where you were to what you're doing right now?
Yeah, I mean, for sure, like he said, the playbook, obviously it's a lot bigger than where it was before, a lot more room for creativity. I feel like, the playbook, we got an answer for everything. So, if you're going to have an answer for everything, that playbook's going to be pretty big. So, but also with that, I mean, just facing a lot of, press man, I wasn't used to facing a whole lot of that over at Hillsdale. So, learning technique, learning how to slow down the game a little bit so I can, beat the DBs off the line because, we got some good DBs here. So,
Andrew, before spring break, we saw a big collision between you and Broden in the end zone. And for a minute there, we were thinking, oh my gosh. But how are you doing basically?
I'm doing good. I told myself if it ain't broke, I'm not out. So I got up. This ain't the time for me to, be, to a road ankle, just tape it up and go back out there. And I was scared at first when it first happened because I don't know, it hurt. Like it hurt bad. Like that's one of my hurtest. That's not even a word, but that's how bad it hurt. So man, it was bad, but I got back up, fought through it and just rehab through the whole spring break, came back. I'm still rehabbing it now. It don't even hurt no more. I'm just making sure, everything is everything.
You guys with Jaden Wilson out, I mean, I guess there's some opportunity maybe in playing time. And what do you think of the unit as a whole, Isaac, just on what you're joining and what guys are trying to do?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to think of it like that. Like it's not an opportunity for us. I don't wish any bad on any of my teammates. I want them back as soon as possible. Broden and Wilson. So I'm gonna say it like that. But I mean, overall, the room is crazy. Everyone, they like to talk about the height that we got, but I mean, we just got some dudes who know how to play some ball.
And the depth, Andrew, if you wouldn't mind speaking to like what kind of group you're joining.
You said again?
The group you're joining, maybe the depth that you guys can maybe help provide and stuff.
Oh yes, sir. I feel like with me and Isaac, Tyrone when he gets back, Jadon, we got Sam. It's the room, like Isaac said, the room is very it's crazy. It's a lot of guys that can play. Isaiah Centennia, I just heard he was fast, but I've been seeing routes. I've been like, he crazy.
Yeah,
He
Bryce
crazy.
Stevens too.
Yeah, Bryce going
He runs
crazy.
some nasty routes.
Bryce
Sure.
going crazy. Like it's not just height. Everybody's saying on Twitter, oh, their height, they're tall, they might be the tallest. No, y'all, they sleeping on the guys inside because once they get going, it's gonna be scary.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Welcome to Fayetteville too.
Appreciate you.
Otis.
Last time I talked to you guys, saw you were recruits then. So how you like playing for Coach Guyton? How's he been? We talked about that during the recruiting, but talk about Coach Guyton and how what you're learning from him, maybe different from what you guys were learning before, even extensive stuff.
Well, yeah, because Guyton, he's like a friend of us. Like, we can go to him, talk to him about everything. Even if he see you going through something, he's not gonna let you just go through it. He gonna try to, help you get out of it. So he's like a father away from home, if you want to say it like that. He's very he's a competitive coach. He's gonna coach you hard. He's gonna make sure everything's good at home. Like he's not just a football. He's not just a football coach. He's a mentor, if you want to say it like that. He's a mentor to us. So I feel like it's been great. It's been great my time here so far with him.
I think you got anything to add, man?
Yeah, I piggyback off that. One thing I really like about him is, he's going to make us do things the right way. We're going to have fun when it's time to have fun, but when it's time to lock in, we're going to lock in. And, he's going to teach us a lot. And one thing that I really like is he played quarterback back in the day. So, he sees the field in a different way that, receivers sometimes don't see. So he sees the field that way and he can teach us, things about the defense that we may not even know or, we can learn.
I saw you two guys today with Isaiah Satana out there running some first unit, How do you like that? And just, the different rotations, you feel pretty good about everything like that. Like with Isaac, you got Isaiah, you got the speed and then you guys got speed inside too. Pretty good combination out there working with KJ.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just building that connection with KJ, all the receivers, me going with the first team sometimes, going with the second team sometimes, Isaac going with the first team sometimes, second team, just helping us build that relationship, that camaraderie with not just, the first group or the second group, but the offense as a whole, because you never know when you got to go in, you never know when you have to come out. Injuries happen, things like that. So I feel like it's very good with the depth and things we have right now.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Yeah, for both of you, I'm curious, you both went to smaller schools out of high school, probably not a similar recruiting process when you went in the portal. I'm just curious, what was that process like getting pursued by all the big schools and what was it about Arkansas that sent y'all here? Maybe Isaac first and then Andrew.
Yeah, I can go. The recruiting process was crazy. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't really sure if I was going to hit the portal, but once I did, I was happy that I did. Obviously, it was kind of slow at first. I had some teams reach out, but eventually I blew up a little bit and I was getting a lot of offers and I was just extremely grateful. I wasn't necessarily expecting the amount of attention that I got, but ultimately in the end, it came down to somewhere where I knew like it was going to be like family in the receiver room and somewhere that I knew I would have the opportunity to come play. And obviously there was a great opportunity to come here. And then obviously, the coaches and everything, I felt great about, what we're going to do as an offense and how they were going to use the receivers. So, ultimately in the end, it was a hard decision, but I'm extremely happy with the decision I've made and, no looking back and only going forward.
Yeah, same, to piggyback off what Isaac said, I didn't know if I was going to hit the portal at first throughout the season, but once I hit the portal, it was crazy. The first day was crazy. I don't think I ate that day. I don't think I ate that day. It was crazy. I think I was up from like 8 to like 10 o'clock answering phone calls and things like that. And with Arkansas, I talked to them the first day. They didn't offer me the first day. They called me on Thanksgiving. That's what really sold it. I'm like, they called me on Thanksgiving when they supposed to be at home with their family, cooking, eating, having good family time. They think about me, so I'm like, okay, this is where I want to, you know, I like it like that. So I set my visit up right then and there. As soon as they called me on the phone, came up here, and I didn't want to go nowhere else. It was locked in from that point on. So I love it here, man. I love it here.
And also coming from a smaller school, whether it be in the workouts or practice so far in the spring, have y'all had like a welcome to the SEC moment where it was like, oh wow, this is a whole nother level of football? Maybe Andrew first and then Isaac.
That first day of workouts. That first day of workouts was like, I never felt lightheaded during a workout and like lifting. We didn't even run. It was straight lift. And I was in there like feel like I was gonna pass out. I'm like, this I need to go home and drink some water or something. Like have to get my hydration up or something. But it was crazy. It was crazy first day of workouts.
I'd say for me, it wasn't the workout so much, more like the speed of everything. You know, the SEC is a whole different level, especially the defense. Just the speed of everyone, even the linebackers. I mean, I feel like some of these linebackers are just as fast as I am. So it's crazy, you know, learning the speed and then learning how to get off man, like I talked about earlier.
Scotty.
Yeah, for both of you guys, just what would y'all say, or what kind of strides do you feel like you guys have made through 10 practices so far?
Me personally, I feel like I said, learning the playbook. I'm starting to get comfortable, starting to feel my way through practice, starting to learn how the defense plays, how to get open, finding ways to get open, even if the play breaks down, things like that, you still find a way to get open. Zones, sit in the holes, mans, keep rolling, running out, just things like that. Just, just football. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I'd say the more practices we have, the more practices we have on our belt. It's less about thinking and more about, playing ball. Football is all about, just going out there and playing. If you're thinking too much, you ain't going to do it right and you're going to mess it up. So just going full speed and making sure, you got all the knowledge of the game.
And on the defensive side, what's y'all's take on Snacks, and what have y'all's matchups with him been like so far?
Snacks.
He loves to talk.
Bruh,
He's a talker.
Snacks, man. I played 7-on-7. I played 7-on-7 with him, and when he was at Lancaster, I was at Bishop Dunn. So we used to have like 7-on-7 tournaments. And that was my first time I ever met Snacks. And back then, it was like I wasn't the receiver I am now. So he was really just sitting on everything. I'm like, bruh, what am I supposed to do? And this is why I didn't know, I didn't really know receiver play as in depth I do now. But me and him battle. We battle every day. I go against him. We talk about it after practice, you know what I'm saying? Things he could do better, things I could do better, just to make each other better. Because at the end of the day, we're competing against each other, but at the end of the day, we're going to end up going against other teams. So, that just helped me and helps him, when we talk about things like that.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. He's super physical and he loves to talk, but at the end of the day, he's going to dap you up and let you know, if you ran a go route, he's going to let you know. If you're being physical, he's going to let you know.
Tom, wrap us up.
Andrew, I see you listed at 201 pounds. Is that a good weight for you? What do you want to be at when you go into the season?
I want to be around 205. When I got here, I was 192. So I gained about 8 pounds, 8 pounds or something like that. So yeah, I want to be around 205. Not too heavy because I still want to run. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's the SEC, so I got to put some type of weight on.
Isaac, 214 is what you're listed at. Is that a good weight for you?
Yeah, I'm sitting about 215, 216. And, that's the weight I came in. That's the weight I've maintained at. I feel like one of my biggest attributes is my physicality and my size. So I got to, keep the weight up and keep the muscle up in order to, be able to do that on the field.
Quick question. Isaac, what do you think about coming in and having KJ as a quarterback throwing you the ball?
I love it, man. He's that dual threat. I knew about obviously, his running ability. I seen the highlights and everything, but just catching a ball from him, I feel like that thing's always a tight spiral and he's going to put it in the right spot. So it's been great. And I feel like he's meshing with all the receivers really well so far.
Yeah. Andrew, does that play any kind of role in you knowing that KJ was going to be quarterbacking here?
Oh, absolutely. Once I see he can throw the ball, he can run the ball. If anything is in trouble, he gonna tuck it and run and then he move out his way, please.
All right. Hey, thanks, guys. Good job.
Thank you.
Thanks, fellas.